Hello to everyone watching this. This is my third live broadcast, and just recently I got some new updates on behalf of my podcast and such. As you could tell, my first merchandise is behind me. I also got more clothes, and I'm wearing this shirt because my brother Benjamin suggested it to me. I'm able to get a new chair, a halo light that's allowing me to adjust the illumination. So tell me if you guys want me to change the illumination to a certain level and such. You know? And since this is my third live broadcast, there's an undisclosed chance that anyone would be hearing this around as we speak. So, just in case there's anyone who is hearing this now or at any point in the long run, I'm going to continue on with my Levitt's paradigm. And if you guys want, I could tell you a heads up of my next legitimate footage, which is the usual ones that I do. This is my third time, so thanks to my brother Benjamin and both of my dad's parents for helping me out with the right tech and such. And I hope things work out in proper symmetry in terms of satisfaction for you guys and like progress on my behalf and such. But of course, your perspective is what truly matters for the sake of my creations, like social recognition, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it's not a concern or anything like that. And I hope everyone is having a fine 2023 so far. So I am going to randomly go to my Levitt's paradigm, and I'm going to read whatever stuff that I come across and try to make it comprehensible on your guys' behalf. So bear with me. I'm trying to make sure I'm able to read it as well. So, heading 10. So, downwards, I'm going to do. There's different creatures. There's Croco Rattler, which is half crocodile, half rattlesnake. There's a bunch of different stuff. 10. 10. There's the Cursed Cube. Real name inapplicable. Height and length 3 inches, weightless. It's a villain, base mobile. Intelligence half a brain, meaning it's stupid. Behavior none, because it's inanimate. Lethality indirectly. Weaknesses detection and cosmic forces. Powers summons a series of evil spirits to attack whomever is holding the cube. Immortality and induces vertigo. Weapons none. No eyes and no hair whatsoever. No outfit whatsoever because it's a cube. Team solitary, species construct, beta level below average, special features, genetic powers, transportation powers, occupations, cursed, die-like object, and summoner of evil souls. Friends, none. Enemies, not official. Inspiration, Crypt TV's Hospice Episode 1. So, I hope that's comprehensible for you guys. And I'll try to make it all work as fluently as I can. Yours. Zords. Sorry about that. I'm trying to repair a flaw of some manifestation. What else is there? What else? 10. There's Killer Coons. Real name inapplicable. Length 2 feet 10 inches. Weight 37 pounds. Status villain. Base mobile. Intelligence 3 brains. Behavior willful and relentless. Lethality during a fight or craving. Weaknesses fire, gunpowder, and stab wounds. Powers raccoon based powers. Adaptation, high ferocity, and toxic damage. Weapon see left. Eye color deep red, 2 eyes for each. Deep brown fur that is scruffy, because of it being a raccoon and all. Team solitary or swarm, species mutation, beta level below average, special features, genetic features, and ferocity. Transportation, walking, and powers. full crawling in powers as far as I know. Occupation: woodland killers and rivals of rotting beavers, which are basically zombie beavers, basically. Friends, villains, enemies non-official. Inspiration: Coons, Knight of the Bandits of the Night, which is a storyline as far as I know. I hope that if the audio is a concern for you guys still, just tell me eventually, and I apologize in advance. I'm just trying to keep things in satisfaction and such. I did 10. Massive sharks. Real name, inapplicable. Height, varied. Weight, varied. Status, villain. Base, mobile. Intelligence, 3.5 brains. Behavior, creative and chaotic. Lethality all the time. Weaknesses, detonation, cosmic forces, and being rivaled. Powers, sentient mass with shark-based powers. Varied sizes, upgraded capabilities, hard to kill. Weapons, see left. It has varied number of eyes and varied colors of eyes. It's basically made of sharks in terms of its anatomical design. So basically a massive glob composed of all different kinds of sharks, if that makes any sense. Team, solitary or swarms. Species, construct. Beauty level, below average. Special features, genetic powers, appetite and ferocity. Transportation, varied. Occupations, sentient atomic mass. Cosmic blob of sharks. Friends, villains. Enemies, unofficial. Inspiration, Sharkzilla from Sharknado 5. So I hope that's a one for you guys to be able to calculate and such. There's Piranha which is basically head of a piranha, body of a mosquito, tail and fins of a shark. But when it comes to the different biological hybrids and such, they could be any combination that happen to be, and it's automatically legitimate on behalf of my Leviathan universe. So it could be like head of a shark, body of a mosquito, and fins of a piranha, or it could be head of a mosquito, body of a shark, and piranha-based appendages, or anything like that. Just to give you an understanding of how it might work. There's piranha vines, which is, just so you know, piranha vines is basically a head of a piranha, and neck down is basically a swarm of jungle vines that work like tentacles and such. And just so you know, piranha vines and massive sharks are two creatures that are visible in my blog if you guys have any access to the hyperlink for my blog in terms of illustrations and such. So I hope it's comprehensible. 10. Hornet rabbit. So basically, it could be head of a hornet, ears and body of a rabbit, and stinger of a rabbit as well. Or it could be head of a rabbit, body of a hornet. It could be any which way. It's guaranteed to be a likelihood in terms of diversity and such. And Hornet Skeeto, which is head of a mosquito, body of a hornet. Horror of Eternal Chaos. Real name, inapplicable. Height and weight, vast. Status, villain. Base, mobile. Intelligence, 5 brains for each. Behavior, sinister and devastating. Lethality all the time. Weaknesses, cosmic goddesses, and low trust level. Powers. Dragon and darkness-based powers. Multiple heads, immortality, and cosmic powers. Weapon, see left. Eye color, blood red. Many number of eyes, numerous. It has horns that are varied lengths and styles. It's covered in reptilian scales. I guess it's probably composed of darkness, as far as I know. That would be more reliable than just, if that makes any sense, and I apologize. Teams, solitary or partners. Species, cosmic entity. Feeling level below average. Mm-hmm. Special features, genetic features and willpower. Transportation, varied. Occupations, universal abomination, and pet servant of Dark Savior, who is the evil equivalent of the Savior of the Aniverse, whom, like some people who know me, understand who the Savior of the Aniverse is. But for most people, I can't spill the beans because I have to wait until she becomes public domain, and I don't want to screw anything up in terms of like copyright laws and such. I know I have to keep those laws as intact as I can. And I hope you understand that. And there's always some exit strategies if you think about it. You know, just they are aware, the Leviathan universe's natives are aware of alternate universes. It's just they don't talk about it when the audience is looking or hearing because of protocols to keep in place. So for this creature, friends, villains, enemies non-official, inspiration, the Black Beast from, I think it's an anime creature, but I don't entirely recall the name of the anime. I think it has to do with Ragna or Soul Bad Guy, either one of those two. And regardless, I think it's slightly more Soul Bad Guy, I think. I'm just trying to my best to make something work. 10. There's the Horsewomen of Doom. Real names: Death, War, Famine, and Pestilence. Height and weight vary. Status villain. Base mobile. Intelligence 5 brains and a plus for each. Behavior: willful and devastating. Lethality all the time. Weaknesses: cosmic goddesses and low trust level. Powers: 4 space powers, apocalyptic powers, immortality, and high willpower. So basically, as far as I know, they're Centaurians, as far as I know. And I apologize if I failed to do it right. I'm just trying to make this work. Weapons varied. Red eyes, 2 eyes for each individual. Hair varied in styles and lengths and colors. Basically dresses in ancient armor. Team solitary or partners. Species, cosmic entity. Beauty level varied. Special features: genetic powers and willpower. Transportation, walking and powers. Occupations: soldiers of the apocalypse, cosmic warriors. Friends, villains, enemies non-official. Inspiration: the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. 10 and Han and Han. There's the character Itch, who's able to make other people develop an itch that makes them go completely insane as long as it's active, like to the point where they end up messing themselves up, and if that makes any sense. Added Han and Han. Jay the Silent Bow, which, as far as I know, is inspired from Katniss Everdeen, as far as I know. It's a gradual development, you know how it is. Jabberwocky, which I already introduced, as far as I know. There's Jack the Ripper himself. Real name inapplicable. Height 6 feet, weight 142 pounds. Status villain. Base Whitechapel, London. Intelligence 3.5 brains. Behavior murderous and sinister. Lethality all the time. Weaknesses: low trust level, cosmic forces, and boundaries. He is unable to leave the boundaries of Whitechapel, London. That's basically his main weakness. Powers: uncanny murdering skills, high agility, meat cravings, meaning that he's basically a cannibal, hard to kill, uncanny stealth. Like he could choose if anyone could perceive him ever. He might be perceived as a completely different person, or he might be imperceptible altogether. Weapons, blades of all different manifestations, blood red colored eyes, two eyes, deep black hair that's short and spiky, dresses and formal clothes like the classic black outfit with the top hat and such. Team, solitary, species, former human. Beta level, below average to average. Special features, genetic powers and willpower. Transportation, walking and powers. Occupation, the world's first serial killer. Threat to British society. Friends, none. Enemies, none official. Inspiration, himself. There's Jackie Loeb, which is half woman, half jackalope, as far as I know. Did Han. Handed hand, handed 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 hand and hand. Diddly do. Jingle. Do. Jane Dolly, as far as I know, is a sentient, murderous mannequin who's loosely inspired from a horror movie called The Doll, which stars an actual woman. I don't remember her name, but she's a real person, and she performed plastic surgery, like from experts, to make her look completely identical to a Barbie doll. Not even joking. She looks like a Barbie toy, like legitimately. It's quite impressive of a plastic surgery practice and such. And such. Jelly baboons, which are head of a baboon, body of a jellyfish. Jelly bowl, head of a bowl, body of a jellyfish. I'm just going through the jellyfish variations. Mosquito, head of a mosquito, body of a jellyfish. There's a character known as Jyricus, which, as far as I know, is an alternate portrayal of Kai Jyricus. And like how Godzilla has an alternate version of him known as Zilla from 1998. As far as I know, Jyricus to Kai Jyricus is like Zilla to Godzilla, if that makes any sense at all. Jungle vines, which are basically type of traditional vines that could be able to grow enough where it could hijack an entire, like jungle vines, as far as I know, could be able to cover all of New York City in just a few days, if not properly treated, if that makes any sense. Machine Queen. Machine Queen. Real name, manufactured Amazon of Colossal Youth, or simply Macy. Height 3,000 feet, weight unrevealed, status hero, base mobile, intelligence 5 brains and a plus, meaning cosmically smart. Behavior, intellectual and protective. Lethality, during a fight or threaten. Weaknesses, malfunctions, and cosmic forces. Powers, robot-based powers, huge size, absorbs technology, and high IQ. Weapons, built-in weapons. Eye color varied, 2 eye. She has silverless black hair that is varied and flowing. Despite being a robot, she has legitimate feeling hair or any something that resembles hair in the slightest. Costume, robot anatomy, team solitary partners, species manufactured, mutant level above average, special features, genetic powers, and IQ number, transportation, walking, and technology, occupations, goddess of the manufactured and giant villain fighter, friends, heroes, enemies, villains, inspiration, the Jaegers of Pacific Rim, you know? Going to check to see how much progress I have for this so far. Wow, 20 minutes and 37 seconds. I'm I just hope that there's proper progressing in terms of people watching my stuff and such. And I hope I'm not getting carried away with this. I severely apologize if I did. And you know, last I checked, I have 2.8K views as of so far. And I hope that it would be exponential like how it is for decibels. Just for those who don't know, instead of like how inches and centimeters work, decibels go exponential rather than gradual. Like for every time it goes to the 10 point, it is amplified tenfold. So 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40, 40 becomes 80, and so forth, if that makes any sense at all. So, yeah, I have been going through a lot of evolution with my tech and such, and for my podcast and other things as well. So, if you guys want, you don't have to, but you could like, subscribe, and comment down below. My creations are counting on me to make sure that they don't cease altogether. And no hard feelings or anything. You don't have to or anything. But in a sense, I am counting on you guys to help me help them. Like, imagine trying to provide for an entire multiverse. Like, imagine infinite realities and infinite species prompting you to make sure that they don't cease altogether. I want to return the favor. I don't want them to feel like they never mattered and such. Because what would that make me if I ever do fail that miserably for them? If that makes any sense. I hope you guys have a fine rest of this January and the rest of 2023. And thank you, family, mom, dad, brothers, Benjamin, Anders, Oliver, their families and affiliations. Like, thank you, Grandma and Grandpa Ho and Grandpa Jensen. And I really hope that everything works out in the long run on behalf of my creations and on behalf of different things and such. Because I don't want to seem like I'm full of it and I don't want to seem desperate, but at the same time, I do like to feel the glory of, like, if I actually contributed to this life. Since the dawn of my existence, I just wanted to make things better and I just wanted to feel like I have some kind of purpose in this life. So thank you, everyone who's watching, past, present, and future, and so forth, for this entire podcast and for all those who view my blog at all. And for everyone, whether it be native to Cache Valley or even all the way up to the 11 people down in the United Kingdom, thank you, everyone. And I hope everything works out in the long run. So, until next time, my next footage will involve, as far as I know, the characters and creature, Nasal, Octocondodon, and Patriot. So until then, for anyone who's willing to see more and such, yeah, thank you in advance if you ever do for returning the favor, if you ever decide to do so. And hope you guys have a fine rest of the time and such. And until next time, in transmission.